The ever-queried proposition of who should keep wicket for England has been a point of division amongst the country's sporting media for some time, and since the 2014 retirement of the bald-headed Matt Prior, there's been no definitive answer as to who should don the gloves for the Three Lions. Recently, the explosive yet inconsistent Jos Buttler has taken up the role. However, a severe lack of batting solidity has led to many calling for sturdy Surrey gloveman Ben Foakes to replace him at number 7. Therefore, in today's video, we'll be taking a look at the two, comparing their stats and performances with both bat and the gloves, in hope of finally uncovering who is best suited to be England's number 1 wicket-keeper. We'll start with Jos Buttler, who, after a string of impressive ODI and T20 performances, made his Test debut for the Three Lions in 2014 against India. Filling in for the aforementioned Matt Prior, who was then suffering from what turned out to be a career-ending Achilles injury, Buttler made an impressive 85, which he then followed up with an explosive 70 in the next match. These scores, combined with the 3 additional 50s that he'd made in his 8 Test matches, saw the then Somerset keeper claim the England gloves for their crucial 2015 Ashes series. Going into the series, Buttler's impressive start to his international career saw him averaging a remarkable 52.67. However, this form sadly could not be replicated against the Australians. Buttler, who failed to score a single half-century in the series, watched his average drop significantly to a meagre 35.6. Even worse for the right-hander, more batting woes would follow in England's away tours of both India and Pakistan in the UAE, before Jos was permanently dropped in December 2016. It wouldn't be long, however, until Buttler was back in the Test whites for England. Ed Smith's funky selection policy saw him return as a specialist middle-order batsman for the summer of 2018, despite Buttler playing a distinct lack of red ball cricket in his 2-year exodus. Nevertheless, Jos was evidently keen to take this opportunity, and that he did, averaging over 40 and scoring his first Test match 100 against India that very same summer. Despite not having the gloves, Buttler continued to push on, remaining a dangerous option for England's middle order in the Three Lions iconic tours of Sri Lanka and the West Indies in 2018-19. After this, however, Buttler's form took yet another dip, as, after playing a key role in England's astonishing World Cup 2019 win, he massively underperformed in that year's highly anticipated Ashes series, averaging only 24 as speculation grew surrounding his capability to perform at the Test level. As things currently stand, Buttler appears to be hanging on to his Test place by the skin of his teeth, retaining the gloves but consistently underperforming away in both New Zealand and South Africa. Indeed, it's this inconsistency with the bat and failure to put any meaningful scores together that's led for many to call for our next keeper to replace the out-of-form Buttler. That replacement, of course, being Surrey man Ben Foakes, who enjoyed an equally strong start to his Test career as the aforementioned Buttler. Touted as an England star from a young age, Foakes first donned the navy blue cap on the aforementioned 2018 tour of Sri Lanka, where he replaced the injured Johnny Bairstow. Although at the time the move was supposed to be temporary, Foakes grasped his opportunity, scoring a gritty 107 off 202 balls to make him the first England wicketkeeper to score a century on debut since the legendary Prior. The emphatic Foakes continued to bat consistently in the other 2 matches against Sri Lanka, and the first 2 of the tour against the West Indies, averaging a very impressive 41.5 before he was inexplicably dropped in early 2019. While his batting was reliable, it was his splendid glove work that really caught the eye, claiming the most dismissals on all of his 4 caps. This considered, his dropping was widely condemned by both the cricketing media and public alike, seemingly having done nothing to deserve the axe. What's more, this injustice may very well be the cause of Foakes' recent drop in form, remarkably averaging only 26.14 in the 2019 County Championship, far from his first-class and Test averages of 38 and 41.5, and certainly not what's to be expected from a Test-level keeper-batsman. Comparing him with Buttler, it would be hard to argue against Foakes being the superior gloveman. His athletic diving catches and quick-thinking stumpings were a constant in his 5 Test matches, and have been similarly in his 109 first-class matches, in which he's taken an outstanding 226 catches and 23 stumpings. This isn't to say that Buttler isn't world-class with the gloves. He's more than proven his credentials as England's first-choice white ball keeper, taking 171 catches in his 142 ODI caps. However, after Foakes' handful of tests, his displays have clearly reflected him as far superior with the gloves. Batting, however, is a far more complicated affair. While Foakes' first-class average of 38 is far superior to Buttler's 31.7, the latter's mammoth achievements in international white ball cricket cannot be understated. 9 ODI tons and 20 half-centuries at at an average of 40.9 and strike rate of 119.8 serve as proof of his stunning white ball capability, an ability which was put to use in England's remarkable 2019 World Cup win, in which finisher Buttler played a key role, pitching in with a slew of high scores before helping the Three Lions to an unlikely win in the final, notching a crucial 50 before partnering Ben Foakes in that now famous super over, England lifting the cup by the barest of margins. So while having a superior domestic red ball record, Ben Foakes clearly cannot boast of such momentous international achievements, and perhaps it's this winning experience that sees the likes of Ed Smith constantly prefer the Somerset batsman Buttler. On the other hand, it certainly could be argued that Foakes' test batting average, which is superior to Buttler's by around 10, conveys him as a far superior test batsman. Additionally, Foakes has the same amount of test tons as Jos Buttler, that being 1, but from 38 less matches, Foakes scoring his off 5, while Buttler's is off 43 test matches. So finally, who should keep wicket for the Three Lions? Well, that's certainly not an easy question to answer, both Ben Foakes and Jos Buttler having their own specific strengths and weaknesses, and in my opinion, they are both equally deserving of the gloves. As of today, the England selectors are staying with Buttler, Ben Foakes waiting in the wings for any opportunity. Do you agree with this decision? Leave a comment and let me know who you think should be England's permanent wicket-keeper. Thank you for watching.